Little pre-show? Yeah. I don't think that'd be fun. Thanks for coming. It's makeup time. We're ready. Really ready. Ready, like showtime ready.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Gerry Dee!
Thank you, Halifax. What's going on? Wow. I knew I had to take this in Halifax. Thank you so much for the support. And my wife's from Nova Scotia, and I went to school in Nova Scotia, so this seemed like the perfect place to do this, and I was right. So thank you. My wife couldn't be here because she's watching the kids, so I get to talk about her, which is great, because otherwise there'd be no DVD if she was. She said to me a couple weeks ago that I was her best friend. Oh, yippee. Now I gotta lie. Am I your best friend? Yeah? No, you're not. Steve is my best friend. You're not even top 5. Like, why do women, you're not our best friend. We might say that, but no, we'd rather do stuff with our friends. For instance, there's not a guy in this room. When a group of guys want to do something, do you know how much pacing and thinking we have to do of how we're going to ask our wife or girlfriend? Okay, oh God, she's going to freak if I do this. Okay, you don't have that worry. Because we're happy if you do things with your friends. Not a guy in this room is disappointed if their wife comes up. I was thinking of going to Florida with the girls for a week. Is that a problem? No, go, have a good time. That's awesome. Yeah. I don't know why that is. Not even how long are you going, how long can you go? We love it. Not because we don't love you. We get to be a bachelor again in our minds. We're like, this is awesome. I can do stuff. I don't have to tell you. I don't have to ask. I don't have to feel guilty, because that's the worst part. Sometimes you'll let us do stuff, and it is let us. But we don't enjoy it because of the guilt you kind of leave us exiting the house with. Yeah, go have fun. I'll just watch the kids again for another... Oh. Well, maybe I won't go then. I don't know. Marriage is so different from being single. For us, being single for guys, being with our buddies is a huge thing, and it stays with us when we get married. And that's why for us, marriage is very different. For women, it's like a relationship. It is. For us, it's like a membership, like a club, or Amex points, or that's how we live. We live on points now. Everything we do for you, if we do something for you, it's to get points. We don't tell you that. We act like we're doing it out of the kindness of our heart. No, we have something down the road that we want to do without you. And that's how we live. We have this quantitative system in our head. No one's written it down. No one knows the real value to things. Like, for instance, sometimes I'll just come home and empty the dishwasher. Normally, I don't do that. That's a few points. She's like, oh, did you empty the dishwasher? Yeah. That was nice. Yeah, no, I got something coming in an hour. That's a few points. That's how we live. You gotta know how many points you have. Some guys don't know, and they look foolish. I always know. My friend said to me a couple months ago, you wanna go to Vegas? Nope. I don't have enough points for Vegas. I can go for a bike ride. Wanna go for a bike ride? Come on! I just emptied the dishwasher. Let's go ride our bikes. Very different. different system. Women have points. You get so many points because you do nice things for us all the time. Use them. You don't use them. We want you to use the points so that we can do stuff and we're not using ours. My wife doesn't understand. She goes, let's use their points tonight. Let's watch Stay In, watch The Notebook. You know, no, that is not using my points. That is how I get my points. The Notebook, I watched it. Oh, I love my wife. She's great. I said to her, I want our marriage to be just like the couple in The Notebook. That's how I want us to grow old. You lose your memory. And then we die in bed at the exact same time. Well, maybe you go a little earlier and I change my mind. Maybe. Oh, you have kids? You guys all out? No kids? Oh, you have one person has kids. This is the celibate crowd. Oh, I remember going to a Catholic boys' school. That's where I went to school, and priest came in grade 12 and said, now when you kids, you can only have sex when you get married. And I remember thinking, okay, I'm still on that game plan. Then he said, and when you're married, you can only have sex with the intention of procreating. And I remember going, yeah, right, is he nuts? And that's basically when you have sex, when you're married. We have 2 kids, so you do the math. I feel like a priest, basically. Kids are wonderful, they really are. We have a 3.5-year-old daughter and a 1.5-year-old, and my wife's like, she's just rushing. I wonder what she'll be like when she's older. Well, I'm guessing she's gonna be a stripper. That's my guess, because she's naked constantly, right? She hangs out she gets her little boyfriend in the bathroom. She's like, let's see each other's. She's gonna be a stripper. That's a diabetic stripper, because all she does is eat candy all day. That's her diet. That'll be her name, Candy. Please welcome to the stage, Candy. She's 3.5. 3 years old. She's still not potty trained. Now, those of you that don't have kids, that's late, especially for girls, apparently. So, it's awkward, right? She's at the playground. She's the only one running around. She's got a little diaper thong sticking out of her little stripper ass. It doesn't look right. And we try. The thing that's strange is she talks. She talks very well. So, like, we bought her a little Dora potty. Yeah, thanks. It wasn't hard to do. And my wife puts it by the dining room table. So this is where, oh yeah, smart, good spot. So sometimes she doesn't get there and she just goes to the bathroom. Number 2, right? 4 feet. I'm like, listen, you little lazy ass stripper. 4 more steps, right? Dora's mouth is like this. No, because we're not parents. We're bitches. That's what we are. No, you think you're a parent. They don't ever say might as well say bitch, because that's what I feel like running around for this little thing all day. Daddy, I want some juice. I want it in my blue cup. Okay, bitch? My blue cup, bitch. You get me my red cup, and I'm gonna snap. If it's the red cup, I'm snapping, bitch. I want red Gatorade, not blue Gatorade, bitch. You're gonna get Windex in a minute if you keep talking like that. That's blue. You love them. I love them. Do you have kids? Do you? How old are they? 7 and 5, and you're young. So you had them young. Yeah. Scary, isn't it? Worry about them. Oof. Pedophiles, that's my biggest fear. I taught her that word right away. As soon as I told her, I said, if anybody besides mommy and daddy come up to you and you don't know them in a mall, you just yell, pedophile, right away. It's awkward. I should have included Nana and Granda in the circle. No, that's your Granda. He's cool, that's cool. That's a good system, though. Just treat everybody as a pedophile. It backfires, though, because I lie to her a lot, right? Say, come give Daddy a kiss. No. Okay. And I do this. I just close my fist, and I say, if you give me a kiss, I'll give you this candy. Right? Now, first of all, she comes, but how stupid are you? All I did was this. So it's not my fault you're so stupid that you think suddenly candy burst out of the sky and fell in my hand. But she comes over, kisses me. No. Now I do it. I go, come give me a kiss, I'll give you this candy. Now she goes, pedophile. Okay. I'm in the circle. And the first thing you do, you're dying to have kids. Your whole life, you're like, oh, I want to have kids. If you have them, hopefully you wanted them. They don't sleep. That's the worst part. Some of you got lucky and you got those kids and you brag about how they sleep. Yeah, that one person is in every answer. Ours don't sleep, our first one especially. So for 18 months, we did not get a full sleep. She would wake up 2, 3, 4 times a night. Unbelievable. Finally, she slept through the night. You don't even enjoy it. That's the most terrifying experience of my life. Yeah, any of you that have kids that have gone through this, you know what that feels like. You're lying in bed at 6 a.m., you wake up, you're startled, you're like, oh my God. You don't think she slept through the night, you think she died. That's what you think. That's what you think. You're terrified, and you blame it on each other. I told you put too many blankets in the crib. I don't want to take them. But you are so tired from lack of sleeping, you actually lay there for 5 seconds and think, well, there's nothing we can do now. She would want it that way. Let's go back to bed. I watch a lot of sports with my wife. Not because I want to, because she just enters the room. And it's funny because she likes the reality shows like American Idol and Big Brother, and then we have a pool. She has a little family pool, which is not two of us in the pool. She sends me updates and stuff. It's a waste of time. It's my money, first of all. I pay for all 4 of us, but now the kids are in the pool. There's a chart. You're in last place. Okay, I don't really care. I'm just doing this for points. But I'm watching gold medal, the Olympics, and Canada's playing, and it's the biggest game of my lifetime, and my wife wants to make it a family affair. Yes. So she comes in, she's breastfeeding the 2-month-old at the time. The nut job is on the couch. She's watching Cinderella full volume, because if it's not full volume, she'll lose it. So I'm just trying to focus. I got sucking motion here, I got songs here, and I'm just trying to watch. I swear to God, my wife says in the middle of the game, no commercial, she points to our daughter breastfeeding. She says, do you think that she would recognize a different woman's breast right now? What am I supposed to say to that? You know what? I was thinking about that, actually. Yeah. Oh. Why don't we get a different woman's breast in here right now? Do that. But sometimes she makes fun of herself, which can be funny, because my daughter was running around in front of the TV one day. She had a diaper on under her track pants. So we took it off to try to teach her, and now my wife says, God, what a difference, no diaper. Look how small her bum looks. Again, I'm watching the game, and I'm like, yeah, tiny. That's a trick men use. We throw back a synonym, and you think we're in the conversation. We don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, tiny. I don't know what you said. I heard small. Tiny. Is that it? Am I talking to you right now? Good. Is this good? It was funny because then my wife cuts herself up, and she says, I should do that. I said, you should do what? She says, I should wear a diaper all day. And then right before bed, take it off. And my bum will suddenly look small. Yeah. You could do that, or you could run once in a while. Don't ever say that. That's bad. You can't, there's things you can't do. I can't go to strip joints anymore. that's something not that I went a lot, but I made the mistake, and I tell young guys, if you're gonna go to a strip joint and your girlfriend or wife asks you, say no, because what happens is they don't forget. I told my wife 4 years ago I went to a strip joint, once. And they trick you. She's like, do you ever go to strip joints? I don't care, I just wonder. And you fall for it. I went, yeah, I wanted to be honest, yeah. Gone to a strip joint, that's cool, that's it, done. 4 years later, she brings it up. Totally forgot about it. She didn't. And I was arguing about something else. I think she put sour milk in the fridge as a joke. That's fun, huh? My best friend Steve wouldn't do that. And I drank it, and it's the worst feeling in the world, that 3 seconds of like dying for milk, and then, oh, why is there stuff on the top? So I yelled, I said, hey, why'd you put sour milk in the fridge? That is stupid. Without missing a beat, 3 years later, why do you get whores dancing on your lap? What? Whores? First of all, it's whore. Do you know how expensive it is to get more than one dancing at the same time? Yeah. My little one is, my wife has a new system, so I'll phone her. My wife thinks she's a doctor, so I don't know if any of you mothers are like that. She doesn't need to go. My wife, who took chemistry, is now a doctor on facial. So I get the whole, when I call home, like I'll call home today before the show or tomorrow morning, I'll say, how did they sleep? I just want to hear one of 3 words. Good, bad, terrible, that's it. No, I get the whole minute-by-minute campaign. Well, 7:45, I put her down. She was restless. It's like a soap opera. She was restless, she was unhappy. She was crying about 8:30, so I went in and she had her fingers in her mouth, so I know she's probably teething, so I gave her some Advil. So then she went to sleep again for a couple hours. And I came back in and she was doing this. She was doing that motion, so I thought she was sick, so I put here some Gravol, and she dozed off for a little bit until I came back, and she was sneezing in her eyes, so I gave her some Benadryl, and then, and then she slept till like 3 in the afternoon. It was awesome. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, so would a horse. A horse would sleep till 3 in the afternoon too. Why don't you just drug her to death? You know, we all love our kids. But my God, is it boring at this age. Oh, it's the most boring thing ever. I love them, but I can't, like, Daddy, let's color. You know, no, you suck. You suck at coloring. Like, it's ridiculous. Every day I pick her up from daycare, I gotta go over to this filing cabinet to pick up her crafts, or crap, as I call it. It's terrible. It's just a waste of time. Daddy, this is the sun setting on the ocean. No, that's a Dixie cup and a cotton ball you stuck on a piece of paper. Stop tracing your hand. I get it. You can trace your hand. It's this big. Her hand's this big. She can't even trace her hand. Let's do a puzzle. No, puzzle. We can't do. We do 4-piece puzzles. Squares. You can't do those. I don't know. The TV, everything you do, it's boring. The TV shows, like Caillou, I'd like to punch this little kid in the face. My God, he's horrible. Dora, she's Spanish. I don't even know what she's talking about half the time. Daddy, can I have a chocolate? A what? Chocolate. No, you can't have a latte because it's gonna mix with the Gravol your mother gives you later. And stop shitting on the carpet, Sanchez. My wife gets mad at me because here's the thing, my daughter can have a full conversation with me and be shitting because she's naked, right? So there's nothing to catch it. She's got a sucker in her mouth. I had a full conversation with her the other day. She's behind the couch. She's like, yeah, no, sucking on a sucker. Meanwhile, she's shitting. I don't even know it. Bathroom's right there. She doesn't care because her little bitch here will go clean it up. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go in the other room, Daddy. Yeah, I just took a big shit, by the way. Clean it up. Get my pink cup. It's ridiculous. What's the youngest person here? Do we have anybody under 15? Anybody? How old are you? 14. Anyone younger than that? How old? 10. Oh, this is appropriate. 10. Did you kidnap the kid? You just... Oh, this is gonna be weird. Okay, what's your name? What's the young guy's? Is it a guy? What's your name? Connor? Connor, you don't need your whole name and address. Connor, I gotta watch. What did Santa bring you this year? Okay, well, too bad. There's no Santa. Too bad. You can't, you're gonna bring this ruins my whole show if he's 10. You deal with him, your parents will figure it out later. Come on. If you're 10 years old, Connor, you shouldn't be believing in Santa. You think you can do every house in the world in 24 hours. You ever had a paper route? Takes 4 hours to do one street. That's how I get people to stop bringing 10-year-olds to their show. Don't go to a show. Tells them there's no Santa. Connor, did you still think there was a Santa? Good. My buddy comes over to our house Christmas time with his kids. His daughter's 12. She looks about 16. And I say, when did you stop believing in Santa? And then my buddy and his wife are like, what kind of loser family is this? She looks 16, she can have kids, and later on she cursed. She cursed at the dinner table. Oh, you're cursing Santa-believing 12-year-old that looks like she's 16 can have kids. There's something wrong with that. What's Christmas morning like if she could have a kid? What if she had a kid? The two of them are running down. Where's all the stuff? I don't know. What the fuck? They asked for a fucking truck. Mommy. Oh, shut the fuck up. Maybe the reindeer. Fuck the reindeer. I wrote 2 letters for each of us. It's terrible. Don't even want to ask. I don't even ask. You gotta play hide and seek with your kids too. That's the worst game they're at. See, they have an imagination. And that's something that we can't relate to, even though we all live that. Like, we're at the airport the other day. We're going from Toronto to Glace Bay, where my wife's from. So we go Toronto, we stop in Halifax. We have a 2-hour delay. And that's what I tell people. When you're getting married, if you're marrying someone from another place, just make sure it's a one connection if you're gonna have kids. Because you're gonna hang out in the airport. So my daughter, my wife's in the bathroom with the little one. My 3-year-old, I'm just trying to get 2 minutes peace and quiet. Sometimes I'll take the 2 of them when my wife's away. I'll put them in their car seats. I'll turn on the movies and I'll just go stare at a field for 2 hours because I don't care. I just want to have some peace and quiet. So I'm in the airport. My daughter comes up. They toy with you. Daddy wants some ice cream. And I actually wanted ice cream. This is what she does. She goes over to this nothing area, starts doing this. I'm like, look at the nut job back there. She brings it to me in her hand like it's 12 BC. No cup, no spoon. There you go. Do you want some sprinkles? Yeah, let's continue this piece of shit game. Get me some sprinkles. She went on and on and on. I just went over and I went, no more ice cream stand. It's gone. Daddy, you kicked it over. Yeah, it's gone. It's over. We lie as much as we want. We'll drive by a park. They have no concept of time. Daddy, a park. Can we go back to the park? Yeah, well, you know what? We're just gonna drive up here. We're gonna come back in about 4 days, okay? Okay, thanks, Daddy. Yeah, they don't know what a day is. Hide and seek. See, repetition to them, there's no concept of, wait a second, I've seen this Dora 40 times. No, they're like, oh my God, it's like it's the first time they've seen it. So there's no repetition. So you play hide and seek. She'll hide on the bed. On the bed. The worst spot in the history of hide and seek is on something. Most parents would dance around, here I come, I just go, here I come. There you go, got you again on the bed 35 times. Boy, do you suck at this. Sometimes I leave her, go to the mall for a couple hours. But then I hid. And this is where I said to myself, my, oh my, they do not have their brain developed yet. I'm behind the curtain, downstairs. She comes running down, heads to the freezer. So, she starts looking in the freezer. Daddy! Yeah, yell louder, because maybe I'm at the back of the freezer. How does this fit in a freezer? First of all, nothing fits in our freezer, because my wife has about 45 bunches of bananas for this big banana bread she's supposed to make. What's with women and bananas and your banana bread? You buy the bananas with no intention of eating them. I'm gonna make banana bread. What, for 1,000 people? Don't you throw out those bananas. It's like they're gold nuggets. Don't throw out the bananas. Well, I can't hide in the freezer. That's my spot. But I miss teaching. Any teachers here? Yes. What do you teach, dear? What do you teach? Elementary. You sound like it. Elementary. Perfect English. What grade? Resource support. What is that for?
All grades.
You just support, you give them, do they swear ever? Do they curse? I know, what's, Connor, do you curse? Have you ever cursed? You lying little. Teachers are liars. We lie. I lost a whole set of exams once. And you know, the worst kids to teach are the smart kids. They're annoying. And when you lose exams, and what I did, I went camping. And I was my first year, and my friend said, we're going camping, and I said, no, I have to mark. I had like 120 of these exams, grade 12. And they said, bring them. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I brought them. And what teachers do is we get drunk, and when there's a group of people, we think, hey, you can help me mark. So we hand them out to these non-educated, sometimes, people. We dictate answers. First kid you mark is always a smart kid, because that's your answer key. That's a little secret. But I lost these exams, and I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if my friends played a joke, or if they went in the lake, or the fire. I have no idea. But then I got to come back, and every day, you got the smart kids. When are we getting our exams back? Well, I can't say I don't have them. I got wasted, and I lost them. Because you lie. So eventually, I kept stalling. I finally said, okay, look, I got your marks. I didn't have any marks. I had nothing. I just had a blank sheet of paper. And I raised everybody's mark. You never please the smart kid. Kid with a 30 average, Jonathan, 50. Yep, good work. Then he mumbles to his friend, I didn't answer one question. Yeah, stoned out of my mind that day. Susan, 96. What? Can I see it? 100. You got 100. I don't have it, so. But when I taught, I was so unprepared for the way kids had changed. Like from my generation, I never heard kids curse. And how old what age have you had a kid, the youngest someone's cursed? 11. One of Connor's buddies. Can you say what they said? Yeah, I'm gonna say what they said to me. Did they use the F word? Yeah. And how did they use it? You're an effing... This effing sucks. They said, this fucking sucks. That's what they said. And what sucked? What was it that you were doing?
Writing.
You were making them write, which they don't do anymore, so it probably did fucking suck. But what did you do when they said that? 11 years old. That's not appropriate. Good one. That's not appropriate. Fuck you, it's appropriate. Okay, it might be a little bit appropriate, but the writing sucks, so maybe a tiny bit. There's nothing you can do, right? You're helpless, and that's my point. I don't know if anybody, I was my first year. I was 4 days into teaching in Toronto. I was ecstatic to have my own class. I was excited. okay? But I was only substituting, so it wasn't really my own class. Kid comes into my class, this big, 12 years old, right after phys ed, looks me in the eye, no fear. I didn't expect this. He goes, "Did you take my fucking shoe?" And the first thing you do is you can't believe what's going on. You turn, you go, "What did he say?" And they all repeat it. They're like, "Okay, I heard it, actually. Yeah, that's what he said. Nice." So you do stuff like this. You say, you know, I said, "That is not appropriate." "Fuck you." "You will not talk like that." "Fuck off." There's nothing you can do. You can't hit them. You can't say it. You should be allowed to belittle them. That's what should happen. What'd you say? "I take your fucking shoe?" First of all, you got a 30 average, okay? You're as dumb as a stump. You can't read. Why don't you find a book once in a while, moron? You can't even do that. You gotta stand. This is how I stood, like a teapot. This is how intimidating it is. I swear to you, I was like, "You will not talk to me like that. Fuck you, I will. You know I'm a teapot." I'm like, We have nothing we can do. Go to the office. That's what they taught me in university. Go to the office. He said, "Fuck you, you go." Okay. They don't take direction very well after they've cursed. He must have swore at me 30 times. So then I buzz the office, right? So I'm eyeballing him. Like as soon as I touch this button, he's like this. "Fuck you." Just kept saying it. So I buzz the office. It's my 4th day, and I said, "Yes, I have a student, and I'm setting him down." He yells, "I'm not fucking going!" Okay, you know what? Yeah, listen. I'm gonna quit right now. This is it. I don't want to do this anymore. This is my 4th day. Yeah, I just quit, buddy. So I'm gonna knock the fuck out of you in 2 seconds. Yeah, okay, you're gonna call the police. No, I didn't. I just did that. That was my 1st year. My 8th year, I didn't care anymore. That's what happens to teachers. We don't care anymore. We have a change. And this grade 9 boy, under his breath, didn't think I heard. He said, "Yeah, why don't you suck my balls?" "You change." I said, "Excuse me? What'd you say?" I said, "Suck my balls." "Okay. All right, let's go." Everybody else, I want you to leave. You got spare? Go. Lock the door. Go. We're going to see some ball sucking here in a minute. "Sir, I didn't mean it." No, you said it, so I'm going to suck your balls. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Thank God he didn't go, "Okay, let's go." Okay, now. And then sometimes when you don't plan a class, are you always prepared, or you look like? Any high school? Yeah. You guys high school? What do you teach? Both of you? And you're in the same, are you married or dating? Married. And you're at the same school? How awkward is that? What's that? You're getting points, all right. Yeah. But you can't use them because you're with her every 5 minutes of the day. What subject do you teach?
Myself?
Yeah. Biology, and you? Okay, is one of you a better planned teacher? She is. You're useless, right? You don't plan anything. The worst thing I did was I made up a game. I was teaching grade 7, and I never had lesson plans. I was teaching phys ed. I'm like, what? So on the way to the gym, I made up a game, and I called it Marco Polo. And in grade 7, that's when kids start to question things. And I always said there was a book, because you never want them to think you were making it up. So I'm like, yeah, I just read a great book, and there's a great game. So I blindfold this kid with a penny. I didn't have anything. I made the game up from the top of the stairs to the bottom. I thought it was great. And I picked this kid, Thomas, who was not very athletic. That was my mistake. And I blindfold him. And I do the whole test. Can you see? No? Okay, good. Like it matters, you can see. Like I really care. And our gym is just 4 cement walls, and I'm following him around, and he's going, Marco! And they're going, Polo, and I'm going, wall! Wall! Terrible. The game sucks. So I added a rule that I forgot from the book, that he gets to yell freeze. Well, I started arguing with a kid, and Thomas, another kid, put his head right by the wall, said, Paul, this kid went full speed right into the wall, and he was running like this, so that's like, so he was concussed, he was out. And, which is negligence if you're a teacher, that's what they teach you. So he's kind of sitting on the bench. He's got blood dripping. The penny hasn't been washed since 1950, so it's kind of smelly. And as a teacher, what do? We blame him. Everyone's like, sir, that was your fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. He's running around playing horseplay. You think that's my fault? But you were supposed to fall. No, I was, no. And you back out of it. And my head of phys ed walks in, and everything's chaos. And he said something really funny. He said, what happened? I told him, he said, why don't you blindfold all the kids and have a race from one side of the gym to the other? But when I talked to the parents, I blamed it on the kid. That's how much you lie. They're like, what happened? Well, and he's unconscious, so he can't really contribute. He wasn't listening, so. Then we have these parent-teacher interviews, which are a joke. Like, I'm teaching grade 5 phys ed. I don't even know your kids. The parents are lined up. It's October. We don't know all the kids yet. We have this generic answer. Oh, on task sometimes, he's not. Like, it's this crap we feed them. Grade 5 phys ed. What am I gonna say? Oh, it's your daughter Susan? Oh, she moves to her left very well. Yeah, big jumper, big jumper. So I got these 2 kids in my class named David Durazio and David DiPolito. Very similar names. One's got a 30 average, one's got an 85. Similar names. Both Italian families. The parents come in. I hadn't slept much that night. I was tired, probably hungover. And I start lecturing the parents because the kid with the 30 average, who I thought I was talking to his parents, had his appendix removed. So I'm trying to give them an out. I said, look, he's not doing very well. Meanwhile, their kid's got like a 90. But he had his appendix removed. And they're like, I don't understand that we don't know about... You don't know that he has his appendix removed? No, we don't know. I said, see, this is a problem. Your son is having organs, and their English is broken. Your son is having organs removed from his body, and you don't know, and I'm lecturing them. No, we don't understand. You don't understand? Yelled at them. Then they showed me his mark, 85, wrong kid. I ran into the kid years later. I said, did your parents ever say anything? He said, yeah, they came home, and in Italian they said, that teacher's fucked. And that was how I was. And I came in one day and I had nothing planned for this grade 10 geography class. And that's tough, because phys ed, I knew a lot about sports. I could make up games. Grade 10 geography, I didn't even know what I was talking about anyway. Like, I would show movies, right? Like movies I liked. I did. I'd come in someday and I'd show Rudy. But I'd have 2 periods back to back. I wouldn't start it over. I'd just come in and I'd just continue the movie. They're like, sir, this is starting in the middle. I'm like, I just saw the first half 2 minutes ago. It's for me. But I came in one day and I thought I hit the jackpot because I found in one of my colleagues' desks, there's this film. It was VHS at the time. It was the Blue Planet movie. I'm like, huh, this is awesome. Then I saw a handout right beside it, questions on the Blue Planet. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna look brilliant. I photocopy them, I hand them out, I put the movie in. I don't photocopy one for me. So I'm just sitting at the back, nothing to do, watching this movie, kind of reading the paper. Then I start getting questions. Sir, are these in order? Yeah, they're in order. Stupid. You think I go home and I write them out of order? This is how much we lie. What happened was the handout was on plankton. The Blue Planet is a series, like National Geographic. The movie was on sharks. Kids are like, I'm not kids. Smart kids. Kids that were failing were handing in answers, full answers. It's a good movie, sir. I got a lot of those. I had no idea. The movie didn't match the questions, and this is how we turn it around. First of all, we get angry. We always have a way out of things. So when I figured it out, I went, everybody sit down. Smart kids are still going, I don't know, what, that was so weird. I didn't see one thing. I was analytical. It was just, sit down. What did I do? I put the wrong movie in, didn't I? Yeah, that's what I did, kids. Why? Because you never pay attention to the movie. What a waste of my time. I had a beautiful lesson plan today, but I gotta play games with you kids. Now get out of here. Sorry, sir. Okay, that's how you teach. You lie, you way out of everything. I remember being a student, and I wasn't very good. Grade 6 was my worst year. I couldn't read very well. And what they make you do is they make you read out loud. Some teachers here will remember grade 6. And I wasn't a great reader. But every school, we all had this one kid that was like 7 reading years behind everybody. His name was Bruno at my school. Now, nobody's listening to the reader. We're all doing the same thing. We're counting people, right? We're looking at the watch, when's recess, and we're counting people. See which paragraph we're gonna get. But Bruno was 7 reading years behind everybody else. Why did this kid always yell? And he took forever. It was so frustrating. One day he couldn't read, and then the bear licked the honey. We can't go to recess till Bruno finishes reading. And then the BR. What? That doesn't sound right, miss. Jump in, do your job. Then he gets stuck on a word. We just keep repeating it the same way over and over again. Like-a-da, like-a-da. No, the BR, like-a-da. You're looking at her going, jump in, do your job. Sometimes he'd shut his eyes and look up, like-a-da. I'm like, miss, he's not even looking at the sheet. Can we go? The worst part of this kid was the worst reader in the class. But he was the only kid that wouldn't follow the paragraph with his finger. So he'd finally get through the sentence. He'd lose his place, come back, read it again. Like nothing happened. Read it differently. So it sounded like 2 different things were going on. You don't know what's going on. And then the BR, like-a-da, the honey. Okay. And then the BR, like-a-da, the honey. What? How come he's reading it all sexy a second time? It's torture. I think I was racist. Grade 1. I didn't mean to be racist. My best friend in grade 1 was this kid named Rami Jahari. I don't know why I did this. I wasn't trying to be funny or mean. I was just being a kid. Every day I'd call him over. I have no idea why. Rami, come here. Let's try this. Did I say anything? No? Okay. Every day. I did it to a Chinese boy. His last name was Wang. I thought he was Chinese, so I'm walking around like an idiot. Steven! Sing do ling, su do ling do, sing do. He said I don't speak Chinese. Oh. Okay, well I do, if you ever want to learn it. Yeah. A lot of kids do drugs in school too. That was always funny to me, like smoke a lot of weed and stuff before class. And they didn't think you knew. Yeah, we know. Teachers know when you're stoned. We're not stupid. Except kindergarten. Kindergarten is the only grade you could smoke up before class, walk in, and nobody has a clue. Because it takes everybody an hour and a half to get their coat and boots off. Can you imagine being stoned at the age of 4 trying to get that piece of crap $8 snowsuit off? Remember this thing? Had one zipper, started at your forehead, got stuck 15 times. So you're stoned out of your mind going, I can't get it off. I don't know. It is hot as hell in this thing. Oh my God, it's June. It's June. Why am I wearing a snowsuit? Miss, when's snack time? We're supposed to get a snack. I just smoked a fatty. I'd like a snack, please. I'm starving. We should get a nap any minute now. I have a lot of theories. One of my theories that I think is a good one is that divorce rates went up when men started going in the delivery room. This was a mistake that we made in history. My dad never went in. No. My parents were married 50 years because he never went in. That's my theory. Why do you want us in there? It's not fun for anyone. We gotta lie to you for years later. It's awful. No one tells each other. Guys don't tell each other what happens because it's disgusting. And I'm gonna tell you what happens. Listen up, Connor. Buckle up for this one. This is gonna feel like yesterday to you. I'm just picturing all the questions he has later for his mom and dad. What's celibacy? Just Google it. Yeah, it's not the same as celebrate, so make sure it's... Some women lose control of their bowels in the delivery room. Not fun. No one told me. That's not what I wanted to... I didn't expect this. So what happens is, I was already awkward being in there. No one talks to me, first of all. It's like I don't know why I go in. No one even, they're just pushing you out of the way. Excuse me. Okay. I'll just come down here where I can see the child. I thought a child was coming out first. It's disgusting. And I'm like, what? And then you're like, oh my God, oh. She just shat all over the table. Oh my God, she shit. Oh no, that's disgusting. Normally she locks the door at home. I gotta drive around the block. Now she's shitting right in front of me. No one's talking, no one's acknowledging it or anything. I'm like, this is old. That's the first face my kid saw. Daddy! Wipe the shit out of your face. It's disgusting. They act like nothing's happening. They're yelling, push. I'm like, stop pushing, you're shitting. You're shitting all over the table. She's like, what? You're just shitting. It's a shit pit in here. It's disgusting. I've never looked at her the same way. She used to be beautiful, my wife. You would think she's beautiful. No. She'll come in the room, she could have lingerie on. I'm like, I saw you shit yourself 4 feet from my face. It's over. We are best friends. That's it. It's terrible. But listen, thank you so much for being a part of this, and I appreciate all the support at Halifax that I always get here. You have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot. GerryDee.com